Good morning. There we are. John Augustine back again. The Divine Mercy. Sister Maria Faustina. They don't call her that, but I certainly do and will continue to do so. Forgiveness of sins on the Feast of Mercy. Therefore, the most important grace attached to the feast is the promise of complete forgiveness of sins and punishment, directed at all who confess their sins and receive Holy Communion on that day to process and not of course it's only on that day. Um, Described in the Old Testament, New Testament, when people used to wash their sins, wash away their sins. After the author of indigenum alterations, it must be pointed out that such grace is theologically possible. Here they go with their little chronology, since neither. What are they yapping about? I'll leave that. For practical reasons, confession may take place before the feast. Never mind for practical. Of course, confession should take place, and never mind your practical reasons. And the Holy Communion must be received on this day in the spirit of trustfulness, indispensable for the devotion. On the other hand, works of mercy are not indispensable, since, as has been explained earlier, celebration of the feast is a simple set of the devotion and divine mercy. According to the eminent dogmatics, you have to listen to them, the grace of complete remission of sins and punishment may be theologically compared to the sacrament grace of baptism. That is why it is sometimes called a record, a second or new baptism. You can't have a second baptism. Oh, Jesus did not limit the generosity on the Feast of Mercy to one grace only. On that day, the very depths of my tender mercy are open. I point out a whole ocean of grace upon those souls who approach the fount of my mercy. On that day are open all the divine floodgates through which graces flow. Therefore, on this day, Jesus wants to bestow graces both temporal and redemptive. God. We should use simple words and redemptive on everyone who asks for them with trust, but particularly on sinners. But you are all sinners, for goodness sake. Do they think that they're not sinners? Of course they are. Every human being is a sinner. And it's the grace of God and sacrament of confession, baptism, of course. When you're a child, or even if you weren't baptized, when you convert from whatever road you're going down and become a Catholic, then you have to be baptized and make your confirmation. Uh, the incomparable greatness of the graces attached to the feast is manifested in three ways. Firstly, they are of a universal nature. All people, including those who have not practiced the devotion previously. Okay, well, I doubt that. And sinners converted on this day may partake of the graces. Secondly, graces are both temporal and redemptive. And thirdly, all the graces are available on this day, provided they are asked for in a spirit of trustfulness. No other form of devotion is connected with so many extraordinary graces. And that's more like it. Up to that, I don't know what they're talking about half the time, these Jesuits. I like to keep words simple so as not all this theological stuff. Sister Faustina, and she was a nun and suffered the hands of other nuns. Yeah. Bye now.